And now I'm on so I can ride tonight, because this is what I'm gonna do tonight. That's right. Got my old cup of coffee from the other video, the one I never finished, so now I got it going because I put it on the microwave for 30 seconds. No more. Was it more like a 90 seconds? Doesn't matter. Here, what I got is some paper in stock, and the paper that I got is some receipts from the past. And what I'm gonna show you is how much we've inflated so much in the past, what, 5 years? Yeah, because these are from 2018 when my nephew was born. Youngest nephew, youngest was born. Sebastián nació, él nació creo que fue el 13 de julio de 2018. Alright, the other day I went inside this place called Dollar Tree. Everything used to be $1 until it was $1.25, and that's when I already knew the shit going about to hit the fan. It already had hitting the fan in little ways. You know, depending on what kind of thing you do. You people see changes first. You know, things that change hands a lot of times, like it was something that's not like local. It's got to be brought here by commute, by several different types of commute, rail, what's it called, tractor wheeler, you know, to do the last bit of it or whatever, you know, all those things. Gas prices goes up, whatever, price of the food goes up. And when I'm telling you everything right now, everybody that's listening right now, and this is true, gas prices goes up, price of food goes up. But I'm gonna tell you something right now, when the gas prices go down, don't wait, don't expect for the price of the food to go down. All right, if you do, you're an ignorant motherfucker. You actually saw the prices go up first in supermarkets. All right, they're gonna do everything they can in their powers so they can. Everybody's out there trying to make more money. Everybody's out there just, you know, trying to get their own. And it's okay, you know. You don't gotta be mad about it. Shit, you can just sit at home, just fucking sit still and meditate all day and just be happy. Why not? We got freedoms, you know. We don't have to go out there and consume. Ain't nobody telling us to consume. That's our choice, you know. We don't gotta consume shit if we don't want to. So who gives a fuck? I'm just talking about this because I'm about to talk about fucking chocolate, okay? I'm the kind of person, I think candy should be free, all right? I think candy should be free. You want to give me some land so I can grow some fucking, what is it called? Sugar cane? I'll grow some sugar cane. I'll make my own candy. I don't care. Give me some pasture so I can have some cows so I can milk them. Yeah, go ahead. I'll do it. You want to subsidize it for me? I'll be more than happy to wake up at 4 in the morning every morning, feed those animals, you know, become friends with them, slaughter them when the time comes. Shit, make my own shit. Fuck all that bullshit. If you want to subsidize it for me, because I know your ass ain't gonna do it, because whoever's watching this shit, you're probably poor. Let's just face it. There's like a few rich people in this world, and they ain't watching YouTube, and those motherfuckers are doing whatever the fuck they want. I mean, some of them, I'm not saying they ain't watching YouTube. They do whatever they want, but for the most part, you know, ideally they're working hard trying to find new solutions so that, you know, once the situation continually gets worse, hopefully we can find some kind of technological solution so that we don't have to die within the next, whatever, 2020. Within the next like 30 or 40 years. One of my doctors gave me a book that's, according to him, the world was about to end in about 2060. He was a cool dude. As far as his intelligence, I'm not an academic. I'm not one to judge others' cognitive abilities or the level of academia, but I know he was a osteopathic. Osteospat, holistic is no, osteopathic doctor. I don't know, one of them, DO. He was a DO. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. Gave me a copy of his book for free. Asked me if I want to take it. I'm like, sure. I read the book. Interesting read. Fucking scared the shit out of me, but like I said, I don't know his level of intellect. I don't know how far schooling he went. I don't know where he got his resources from. I mean, I could maybe look back and see if he has any, see where he got his sources from. Anyways, let me just get to the video. The other day, I went to Dollar Tree, which is $1.25 tree. It's been $1.25 tree for a while. And before it was $1.25 tree, while it was still Dollar Tree, I knew the price was gonna go up because I had already seen the price going up because I was working with my buddy who gave me a couple hours. Well, no, this other buddy of mine gave me a couple hours to, for a little while now, which I gotta get in contact with my other buddy, but he don't work that much, so. But I still gotta say hi. Lambert, bless your soul, man. I hope your family's doing well. I hope your mom's doing good. I hope Stacy's doing well. And all the kids. I'm sorry I haven't gotten in contact with you. You probably won't see this, so I am gonna have to call you. Sorry. When I don't answer this thing, I get OCD and I gotta pick it up and throw it in the garbage. Anyway, so yeah, Lambert. Summer break right now, man. If you want to give me a little bit of work, I don't know if you'd even be interested because I imagine your money's tight, especially with the way the prices are going right now. It's fucking crazy. Plus, to be honest, if I'm gonna be waking up at 12:30 in the morning, I ain't gonna be working for no $10 an hour. Especially, it's 10:25 till next month, but I know you do me a solid, huge solid. You come pick me up, so I gotta be, I gotta take that into consideration and things like that. But getting back to the topic at hand, I was cleaning up. I try to save some receipts. Just like I got this channel where, I kind of keep track of, my day-to-day things that go, that's happening in life and things like that. In the beginning, I want to try to keep it like, things to do with agriculture and things like that. But it didn't work out. It didn't work out that way completely. But it did. I try to maintain some of it. I still show as much as I can of it. A buddy of mine actually sent me some pictures of his garden the other day, which was actually kind of nice. I didn't look at it into too much detail, but there was one picture. Hey, baby. There was one picture that really caught my attention. I asked him what it was, and he told me. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's nice. Anyways, nonetheless, the other day I walked into my mom's took me. Our moms took me to Dollar Tree right here. which I could have just walked, but mom drove. She wanted to drive me to go pick up a couple cans of Coke, the liter size. It's a liter and a quarter to be exact. What we call litrón in español. So I went in. I knew I had enough money in the card to get 5 items. Mom said get 2 Cokes. I'm like, okay, and I'm gonna get 2 chocolates. And then I got the 2 Cokes. I looked around the store for chocolates. There's no chocolate at all. All right. I just got the 2 Cokes. I walked out. I came back a little bit later, and I finally was able to ask. I think one of the managers, one of the employees, I'm saying, hey, you guys don't carry chocolates anymore? He's like, oh no, we stopped carrying chocolates a while back. I was like, really? So let's see. I got some receipts here from approximately 5 years ago. So at this moment, my nephew Sebastian Escobedo was born. Obviously, he was a newborn, so he ain't gonna be buying nothing. But who was a toddler at his time? The year before him, Joaquin was born, so he was only like 1 year old. No, wait a minute, no, I lied. In 2017, nobody was. Oh no, yeah. In 2017, Joaquin was born. He was born in February. So Joaquin wouldn't have been able to buy it, but let's see. Before him, there was a gap. Before him was born before Joaquin was born Phil in 2014. All right, let's use Phil as a case for a study. He was born in January 2014. Okay, so you figure by the time he's 4 years old, he can buy a candy bar. Okay, and most of these receipts I think are in the mid-year from the dates that I saw. I just looked at them. I just glanced at them real quick, and I noticed some of the descriptions. One of the candy bars that was in here, I'm gonna show it to you, is some of them are just the generic candy bars, M&M peanut, Milky Way fun size. Oh, that must have been like a bigger bag. M&M chocolate, M&M peanut. There was one that caught my attention. Almond share size. That sounds like a Hershey's almond share size, in my opinion. I could be wrong. And remember, back then it was $1. So let's focus on this receipt right here. This was dated August 29th, 2018. So my nephew, Phil, would have been well over 4.5 years old. He was almost 5 years old. So he knew what chocolate was, and he could have very well had his dad for a bar of chocolate. So let's grab this camera here so I can give you guys a closer look. All right, so you see this is Dollar Tree stores. Let's focus up. This is a store right across the street from where I live, as you can see. Right there, the address. 2645 North Hiatus Road. You guys know I live on North Hiatus Road in Sheridan Street, Cooper City.
Why are you putting our address out there?
Everybody knows.
Shouldn't do that shit.
Anybody who wants to find out anything on the internet will find it out, trust me.
It doesn't matter, you don't have to put it out there.
I already raised the video where I said our home address, okay? And even still, if they want to find out.
Because there's a lot of predators and freaks on the internet.
All right, well, let them come here.
No, let's not let them come here. We have a fucking child to protect.
Yeah,
So
well,
what if she's playing outside one day and somebody, there was an
well,
Amber
why
Alert
would
today.
she be playing outside
If she's with her and
unsupervised?
what if it's her and Celine? They're old enough to play outside together alone. Yeah.
Well, when it's two people, usually one can yell, and at the same time, I still wouldn't allow,
Oh, whatever.
you still would
Just
want to
forget
keep
it.
an eye on
Forget
it,
it.
in my opinion.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so let's continue. So, as you can see here, almond share size. That sounds like a Hershey's almond share size for $1. That's back when before they hiked up the sales tax to 7% to fix the roads, which is a bunch of bullshit. I'm allowed it two cuss words, and I don't think that counts as one. So for $1.06, I could have bought a candy bar, which essentially could have been something that, you know, and this was in August 29th, 2018. So at that time, my nephew Philip was 4 years and 7 months old. Okay, so he was already more than 4.5 years old at that time. Could have went in, asked for his dad a Dollar Tree. Can I get a almond share size candy bar for $1? No problem. But now what did Dollar Tree do? They discontinued all of their chocolates. No more chocolates. They still have gum, but no more chocolates. None. You know, M&M peanuts disappeared. No, these are all from 2018. I've been cleaning up by my because I keep receipts just like I record these videos. I keep receipts, so look at that Milky Way Fun Size. That was a bag. M&M chocolate. That was a box. M&M peanut. That was a box. Mountain Dew 16. That's been the same, except it's $1.25 now. And everything came out to $4 as opposed to $5. Whatever. What do we got here? Let's see what we got here. For instance, we got here Dunkin' Donuts. Let's see if I know this drink, because I usually always get the same drink. Iced macchiato large original with a mocha swirl. That's what I usually get.
When the hell did you used to get that?
I always get that. $1, any espresso beverage. Oh, I must have had a coupon. Okay, so I got it for $1. Never mind.
Oh, that's why. Cause you don't be getting shit.
Oh, no, I do. But either way, it's 409 plus, when was this dated? What's the date on this receipt? I can tell you how much it costs right now. It's $4.45, I believe, for the large. And I asked for light ice, and they didn't give it to me. And it's 409. So in order for it to be $5.45 now for the large, that means it's approximately like about $5. So it probably went up about $1. I use that for because I had a coupon. What do we got here? This is a McDonald's receipt. This is from 2019, albeit in January, so not far from the rest of these. But as you can see here, a small mocha frappe, $2. Today, we're talking $3. And I'm being generous, probably more, for the same damn thing. Actually, right. I think it's about $3.29. And so 2009. So that was 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23. It's been 4 years. And January, we're in August. 1 plus 7, so it's been 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 times 4 is 48. 48 plus 7. It's been in 55 months. It went up. It went up 50% minimum, but I think it's more. I think it's more than $3. And then here's the last couple ones, and after that I'm gonna shut this off because I'm getting tired. This is from September 2018. M&M chocolate no longer exists in Dollar Tree. They don't do chocolates. And they don't do $1 anymore, of course. Mr. Goodbar bag. So that was a bag with the mini Mr. Goodbars. Delicious. $1.
I bet you bought them for my mom.
Probably. I bought them for
My
everybody.
mom used to ask me for
M&M
it.
chocolate. That was probably in the box, or maybe in a in a little
but
pack.
Mr. Goodbar, that's
$2 plus 6% sales tax to 12. Now we're talking about what? $2.50 plus 7%. Let me see if I can do the math. 7, 14, and then $3.50. Let's just put 4. So that's 18 cents. So we're talking about $2.68 for something that used to be $2.12. And when was this? It was probably August 2018. So again, 5 years ago. Almond share size. That's the one that got me intrigued. Was that an actual Hershey's almond share size? Which, if it is, I'm in love. For $1. Was the date September 2018. So yeah, I'm just a little throwback for you guys before I put these away. I already done put a whole bunch of them away, and I'm gonna go ahead and just finish with these, and then the rest I'll probably just do tomorrow. It's time to go to bed, or at least watch YouTube till I get tired. Turn off YouTube? I can take a hydroxyzone HCl.
Turn it off. Why do you have it running still?
Have what running still? Oh, I haven't said goodbye. I'm still recording. Alright, people. Thank you again for watching. I know I made a couple videos today. Sorry to bombard. I just want to make this last one because it caught my attention as I was cleaning out. I have a couple separate places where I keep receipts because I got 2 different receipts that I got to keep. I got to keep my personal receipts, and I have to keep receipts for my daughter because I haven't paid my queen child support.
What?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I'll make it up one day when I make it big, or maybe after this I'll go on into the new Publix. I was gonna reapply for Publix in June when I was due, and when I went to go log in, the interface changed. And then I went in, I asked what was his name? Jesus? Or not Jesus, what was it? I think the last name was Samuel. I forget his first name. And I told him like, hey man, the interface changed. It doesn't recognize my email or my password, which has been the same forever because I had been applying there for the past couple months, hoping to try to land a little something. And he's like, all right, well, if you want, try it out one more time, and if you're having problems, come back in. But then I never went back in. I gotta go back in. I'm gonna try to see if I could do it this week. I'm just gonna just shave my head. I don't have money to get a good haircut, so I'll just shave my head a little bit bald and just go in dressed as, I guess, as nice as I can. I do have a pair of jeans mi tia Ethel bought for me. And
I don't get what you talk about. I don't get what you're telling them all that.
and I have a couple polo shirts. I mean, it's Publix. I'm not gonna go in with a tie and a dress shirt. It's a supermarket. And also, when I redo my application, I'm thinking about redoing it all over again. I have been redoing it and redoing it and redoing it. I put 2 references. One of them has passed, but he was a manager. He was a good friend. He was a good buddy of me and my friend. Very nice guy. Very, very, very nice guy. And Publix is still the best company to work at. And if they ever hear me say this, they're not going to hire me, but they are not the same of what they used to be. But then again, no company is. No company is. Okay? I remember about maybe 5-10 years ago at Walmart. Walmart was doing this thing where they're saying, we're going to pay all of our employees $10 an hour. All of them. Every single one. Even the new ones. And yeah, everybody was like, oh wow, that's good. People were excited and they wanted to apply. Because back then, this was 5-10 years ago. I don't remember exactly. This was a big deal. And yeah, they followed through on their promise. But something else they did? Because employees that had been there, when you're there for a certain amount of time, your vacation time increases. Okay? That's part of the benefits. So if you're there for 5 years, you get 2 weeks. If you're there for 10 years, you get 4 weeks. And if you're there for I think 20 years, you get let's just say 2 months. I don't know the exact schematics, but it was something similar to that. So what they did was they offered the $10 to everybody, all the new people that came in, but all of the veterans that had been working there and were about to hit 20 years, waiting for their extra week or maybe 2 weeks of vacation, they told them, so what can you do? That's why here in the United States, we encourage poverty because we want people to invest in the stock market. And when we want people to invest in the stock market, all we care about is we care about how well a company runs, meaning that how much profit they're able to turn over. And if that means cutting jobs, if that means cutting hours, cutting salaries, that's all the shareholders care about. And then, like I said in the other video that I said, I also said something about a Johnny Harris video. I may have been misinformed about it, but he was talking about how, first of all, his video was a complete advertisement for a company. It was just intertwined into the video. They did have a part where it said, oh, this video is sponsored by so and so and so and so, but it just so happened that the whole video had to do with it. And at the end, now this is where I might be misinformed. Johnny Harris, who has a great team, and he seems to me like a great journalist. Okay, he started fact checking his videos, which is excellent. Some of his videos were still, just big advertisements for companies. You could see it. Some other guys on YouTube made videos talking about how, he sold out and he just started making videos that were lent to these big companies. But, he's got to pay the bills. He's got a team. Like I said, Daytube, they got teams, they got editors, they got equipment, they got, several computers to edit. They got subscriptions to companies that allow them to use royalty-free music, royalty-free, visuals for the videos to make the videos look well. They have writers, and usually writing is not an easy job. I mean, it comes natural for some people, but to write and to be able to separate fact from fiction, that's a pretty, I would say in my opinion that's a pretty tedious job, because there's a lot of information out there, especially now with info hazards and just a lot of information overload and misinformation. You just never know. That's why there's all these new apps now that are saying that, oh, you can read this article, it was written by this publisher, it leans more towards this side of the political spectrum, is about a so-and-so read, yada yada yada. Because nowadays, more and more people want to be more well informed about what they're getting educated about, and the one thing that Johnny Harris said in that video that I had disagreed with, but I could be incorrect, was that at the end of his video, "You're going to bed, baby? Can I get a kiss? Love you." One of the things that he said at the end of his video was that the company that endorsed his video, at the end of the video, they were talking about how they want to switch from shareholder stock, people who are part of the company, from changing them from shareholders to stakeholders. And right there in the name, in my opinion, says it all. If you're a shareholder, you essentially have some, you're able to access some information about what's going on in the company because you're sharing that company. When you're a stakeholder, more than likely you're just going to be told what they want you to be aware of, and they may or may not be completely candid, and I'm not exactly sure how it worked, but that, like I said, I could have been wrong, but it seemed to me like the whole stakeholder idea was completely wrong. This is something I could ask my sister, even though she might not want to answer me on this, because when I talk about things, I never received a formal education, so maybe a lot of the things that I talk about, I have no idea what I'm talking about, which is okay. If anybody hears anything that I say that you disagree with, or that you say, hey, what he said is incorrect, please feel free to leave something in the comments. I'll see if I can find the video and put it in the description. With all that being said, I want to go back to just one last thing that I want to talk about, which I've mentioned in the video before, and I'm going to mention it in the video again. Sorry to make you wait so long, but here's the second part. And that's the rise of poverty here in the States. Okay? Let's take, for instance, San Francisco. Okay? From what I see on the screens, like I said, everything you see on screens, you got to question it. What I see on screens, there's parts of San Francisco where there's just like tents. There's just tents of homeless people. There's that area known as Skid Row, which it intentionally is made so that people that are in there stay in there. You know, they use these type of lights so that they don't want to go outside of the area. The Cecil Hotel got stuck in that area. That's where that girl was, you know, cutting that, stuck in the water thing for no reason. And what I said was something that I saw from another video. If I can find out what it was, I'll see if I can link it. We will never solve poverty in the United States, okay? And that is a fact. We pour millions, I'm not sure how many millions, tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions, to these companies that pledge to help end poverty, okay? But what these companies do, and we already know this, they'll go around and they'll grab a big Band-Aid and they might put a Band-Aid on the problem, meaning they might do a couple things to help, but essentially at the end, they're not gonna get that person out of poverty. If they get a few, you know, good for them. That way their numbers look like, you know, they did something for that year. Maybe they can get maybe like 20% people out of poverty, whatever. The rest, whatever they say they help them or they try to help them, you know. But here's the problem. If they were to use all of their resources to essentially continue to better the situation of people being in poverty, in other words, continuously keep taking people out of poverty to the point where, hey, we have no more poverty in the United States, the company that was in charge of helping taking these people out of poverty, you gotta remember, these are people with jobs, okay? They might be like welfare work, like, you know, they might have gone to school for I don't know, anthropology or whatever, you know, or like human services. I don't know what kind of fields of studies they are. Like I said, I'm not too caught up in that academia nowadays. I haven't looked at a college catalog in a while. But what do you think these companies are going to do when they stop receiving these tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars from the federal government to help end poverty? They're gonna stop receiving their paychecks, meaning they're gonna lose their jobs. So you got a double-edged sword here. Either will the person working for the company, are they enough of a humanitarian that they're gonna say, okay, let's take everything we have that we were given and let's do the best that we can. Let's not keep anything to ourselves unless it's the bare minimum that we need. If we need to live in a cottage at the end with just running water and a desk and a little desk and a bed and maybe a TV with, you know, broadcast TV, but at least we have running water and we have electricity and we have a roof, you know, we're not going to be living a lavish lifestyle, but we're going to be helping getting rid of all these people out of poverty. If you, let's say you were to have those type of people in those companies, once those people complete their jobs, do you really think they're going to want to go and live a type of lifestyle where they have to sacrifice the lives that they're living now, receiving these grants or these payments from either the federal or state governments, usually federal governments, I believe, I'm not sure, where they give them these tens, if not millions of dollars to help them with poverty? No, they're not. I'm sorry. Human beings are human beings. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that to be honest. Okay? Power begets power. And that doesn't just... I'm not trying to say I'm a saint. The same thing would happen to me. I'm a human being. Okay? If I got a little taste of power, more than likely that would corrupt me. Okay? That's why I'm not trying to go out and get any power. The only thing I'm trying to do right now is maybe try to get a little job, you know, so that I can maybe, you know, like I said, since I've been out of a formal job for a while, I want to build myself up to the point where I can start making enough money where dad, my hero, does not have to go back to work, and I'm able to support, you know, my parents who are on a fixed income, and they can no longer afford to live because of this hyperinflation, okay? And also, I have my better half, whom I owe I don't know how much in child support, and our daughter. But they both live here with me, so you know they're both taken taken care of. Anytime I have extra money, I always spend it on our daughter, whether it's food. When I had extra money, like before I worked, before I had to start walking our daughter to school every day, I used to work, so I used to be able to buy her clothes and shoes. But once my better half was not able to walk anymore, I had to start walking our daughter to work, which means I couldn't work anymore because my hours impeded the in the morning impeded the hours that I was working, and I had to walk her to school. But so for now, you know, if I have to go out to a corner and hold a sign, a panhandle, just so I can get maybe $20, $30 so I can buy her, you know, I made to you know, from when I had money, I used to tell her, I'd be like, baby, I'm gonna do it, you know, every Saturday I'm gonna buy you Chick-fil-A. And that was our written, like, you know, a thing that we had where, you know, that was like a tradition that we had. I wanted us to build, you know, some kind of like you know, traditions and some kind of like structures, you know, some kind of structure in life, that way, you know, because it's important. And also she's a child, you know, she needs to. I've asked her so much to do so many other children things, but the problem is these screens. These screens are so addictive. I would take it away from her, but then right away she would start crying. And then also, since I live with my mom and dad, uh, I have to not just make my daughter and and my queen happy, but I have to make my king and the queen happy. So with that being said, you know, it's a thin line, you know. It's really hard. If my king says, no, just do this for Mariah, I almost have no choice, you know, unless sometimes I've confronted him about a couple things, but for the most part, what he says goes. This is his home. He's been kind enough to let us crash here, which I mentioned in the video where I said he's my king. And you know, so I'm not gonna go against what he says. But anyways, thank you for listening to me blabber and blabber and blabber on this evening tonight. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and have a great evening. May peace and love be with every one of you. Ciao.